Chat, today we got Jump King lined up, but first and foremost, I wanted to talk about this whole Ludwig situation. I got a DM from a man named Jose, and he was like, yo. He said, what are your thoughts on Ludwig leaving Twitch to YouTube? You seem to know a lot about him, and I'm curious what you think. People might want to know your opinion, so you might want to make a YouTube video about it, which usually when people say, do this, do that, I say, fuck you, but this is actually a pretty good idea. And I think to do this, we're going to watch this video from the Stanz show called Ludwig Tells Us Why He Moved from YouTube to Twitch. It's actually a pretty long video, but I'm interested, so I want to watch it. Let's watch this. We're going to figure out why Ludwig moved from Twitch. I'm assuming it's for the bag, to secure the bag, but, you know.
And he's going to tell us why and how he went from Twitch to YouTube and how he went from up-and-coming content creator to record-breaking live streamer. It's a great interview. You're going to love it. Let's get to it.
Stanz is like such a robotic YouTube voice. He's not, it's nothing is natural on Stanz. He's like, it's a great interview. You're going to love it. Let's get into it. It's like, just be natural, Stanz. You can uplift your voice without going to some robotics.
Hey,
how's it going, man?
Back to eSportsmanlike conduct.
Okay,
He's
you
so
know that's
chill
not what this
when he's
show
talking to
is, but that's
people.
okay.
Wow.
This is the Stan show. Why don't you just say it? Maybe give me a little
Carry
promo.
that show, dude.
Well, you had some big news this week. You were the heir apparent to Twitch. You broke records with the subathon, and you have now decided that you are taking your talents LeBron style to YouTube. You were the Twitch guy. You came up without relationships with like the current creme de la creme of Twitch. You streamed every day. You did new and creative things. You farmed LSF. And then you just up and left once you got the bag. That's what it feels like. Is that kind of what you feel like?
Well, if I up and left when I got the bag, I would have left right after the subathon. Kind of been.
Right.
I would say that this is the public opinion, but I would also argue this is a pretty untrue opinion.
I
So
love that.
like I feel like I have been called the golden boy
What's the
of
audio
Twitch
scuffed?
a lot, you know, and everyone seems to think that I have some sort of relationship with Twitch where I am treated special, but I've never experienced that. I've like felt it like viewers or maybe myself. I thought like, damn, I made these guys more money than anyone has ever in the history of this website.
True.
But
Yeah.
never has that been reflected through my relationship with Twitch.
You know what I think this is?
He's talked about this before, how like he wishes Twitch would like implement better features and shit like that. Jason just flat out rating me. I thought he'd just start a stream. Yeah, he's talked about how his like relationship with Twitch before, and how like they have the potential to implement so many good features and stay on top. And since they don't have the pressure of competition like they did when Mixer was like scaring them essentially by stealing Ninja, like poaching Ninja and Shroud, they kind of are on the back heel now, and like basically are just trying to hunger for money. So maybe he's going to YouTube because he likes what they're doing with the platform, and they're like, he wants to be a part of like YouTube's growing takeover of the streaming like scene, platforming, like the platforms. Or maybe he'll pull like a disguised toast and secure the bag with YouTube's contract, and once the contract's over, he comes back to Twitch, like most people have done, or at least tried to do, with the exclusion of Dr. Disrespect. So we'll see. I mean, here's the bottom line, right? I don't give a shit. All this means is that, one, I lose the channel points that I've been saving up into his Twitch chat, which I don't care about because I'm not in his Twitch chat that much. I lose my sub badge that I've been subbed for him for like 19 months, which again, I don't really give a shit about. All this means is that I'll just watch him less because I never tune into YouTube streamers. That's all it means. It's all literally all. I'm not going to. It's not like Ludwig, because he's the biggest streamer I watch the most. Just because he goes to YouTube doesn't mean I'm gonna follow him to YouTube. Like I don't watch YouTube streamers. I won't. I like when I'm looking for live streams, I go to Twitch, and I've been watching a lot of like Mizkif lately, so maybe I'll just be watching more Mizkif now instead. Uh, it's like I watch Mizkif, Ludwig, or I watch smaller streamers who are my friends. That's pretty much what I watch. And now that um Lud is off of Twitch, I probably won't watch him on YouTube. If I'm being honest, like 99% of the time, if I see someone's live on YouTube, I'm on YouTube to watch videos and fall asleep to videos and stuff like that. I'm not on YouTube to watch live streams, so it just won't happen. Like I most likely will not be in Lud's Twitch chat or YouTube chat. So yeah, it kind of sucks from my point of view, but it's good for him. And I'm sure a lot of people will not hold the same opinion as me and go be a YouTube frog now and just hang out in his stream.
Hearing you talk and looking back, they sent Tyler one a trailer once, and you didn't get one, and you were a little upset about that. Do you think Trailergate could have stopped all this? If they send you one, are you staying?
Look, it's not like it's any one thing. When the camel's back is broke, you don't point to a single straw.
So true.
But it didn't change even in negotiations, is what I'll say. I've never felt specifically wanted or even well respected by Twitch as a whole. Not to throw any shade, by the way, to the people I negotiated with. Great people. I know Twitch is a massive conglomerate full of thousands of employees.
Mm-hmm. Did YouTube make you feel special when they were whining and dining you?
It was like a Disney movie where
Bro.
Dad put his hand on my shoulder and said, "I'm proud of you."
Twitch 100% has less money, or not less money. They just are offering less money to Ludwig here. And YouTube was like, dude, mogul moves, am I right? And just fucking threw guap at him. And since he's talked about, like I said, he's talked about like not agreeing with Twitch's way of handling things like bans and DMCA and they're lazy on implementing new features and stuff like that. It just makes sense that he's going to go to YouTube where they're behind in the streaming game. So they're going to be trying very hard to implement new features and work with creators and be very transparent in order to attract more bigger streamers and increase their streaming prowess over Twitch and battle them in this like Amazon monopoly era. So it's great for YouTube. It's great for Ludwig because he's probably securing the bag. Kind of sucks community-wise, but that's what YouTube is trying to do. They're trying to catch up to the whole Twitch community, which is why Twitch is like a monopoly because it's got such a good community and it's like, everyone's used to Twitch, everyone's used to the emotes, everyone's used to the systems, the bits, the subs, and everything. So then when you go to YouTube and everything's different, or it's like knockoff Twitch, it's just weird and people don't like it, including myself. But I'm sure Ludwig will be fine.
You wept. You felt good and you signed your deal.
I did. I felt so good. And like, I'll give you a little example. All right, I'll peel back the curtain a bit. A little Stanz exclusive.
I love that.
I asked Twitch part of what I wanted in the contract negotiations: the ability to limit gift subs.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat similar to like what I have with Stream Elements. I have Dono Cap, and they actually implemented that feature for me. It didn't exist before, and I saw Pokey do it, and I was like, "That's dope." But I don't have Streamlabs, thank God. So
hey, good for you. Yeah.
Stream.
I just recently switched off Streamlabs. By the way, I'm on OBS, normal OBS now. I don't have the Stream Elements plugin. I probably will get it at some point. I'm just lazy. Yeah, Streamlabs is kind of a piece of shit, not gonna lie, and the company's fucking bunch of rats. So
Elements, can you do this? They were like, nah. I was like, I'm not signing. And then they were like, okay, we'll do it, and they did it, and that was great. I asked Twitch for something similar, and the answer was pretty much like, that's not really our thing. Like, we'll try, but yeah, it was basically a no. But it feels like when I say, yo, YouTube, I want to do this, they're like, hell yeah, that sounds pog as fuck. We'll see if we can make that happen. They've added a lot recently, and I think they've listened like very well to the people who are currently there, like the Rays and the Courages of the world. So,
which is exactly what I just said. YouTube's more responsive and more transparent with their big streamers trying to work together to create, because they're behind in the competition. They're trying to work together with the creators to make their platform as good as it can be to battle Twitch. So Ludwig's like, sounds good to me.
hopefully they listen to anything I have to bring to the table.
That's really interesting. I want to dig into the gift cap a little bit, that being a stipulation. So most of the time we talk about these media deals, we talk about streamers like Ninja or Shroud going to Mixer and just getting a fat upfront payment. You asked Twitch to limit the amount of subscriptions that could be gifted on your channel. That was a big thing. You said you saw it from Pokey, but what made you want to do that?
I wanted
That is
basically
weird.
my income to be driven from advertisers and not viewers. I feel like I have
That's fair.
definitely grown past the need to make money from viewers, and it feels like bad. It doesn't like feel great when someone gives me like $1,000 of their dollars. It's like right now I have 27,000 subs, 10% are gifted. It's still a lot of money though. It's like,
Still, to me, that's like that. That's like, what are you doing, man? But I'm also broke, and he's also loaded. So it's a more of a good guy Lud move. XQC's contract with Twitch is up in a month. If he leaves, it's GG's. Ugh. Time to be the next XQC at Twitch.
2,700 gifted subs, which is like, it's like 10K a month. So I want it to be completely advertiser driven, and I know it doesn't make sense from like a financial standpoint, so I can't exactly blame Twitch. But I also thought it made sense, because part of the deal, and I don't want to get into too many specifics, but
Of course.
you have to run ads.
Yeah, I guess so,
like
Retro.
Hassan has to run ads at the top of every hour. Like people have Twitch deals run ads. I was like, all right, well, if I'm going to be running ads on these people who are like trying to watch free content, at the very least, I could curb the amount they spend, and that would be like a good balance. But it's kind of like, nah, you have
Lud like to me, Lud might be like a fucking lazy, stupid idiot asshole sometimes, but he's not a bad person. I think he's a good person. He's got a good heart.
to, have the cake and eat it too, Matilda style.
Okay, so you're moving from Twitch to YouTube. You talked a little bit about how when you were giving ideas to Twitch, maybe they were a little less receptive. You're going to YouTube, and pre-deal, at least, they seem excited to help you realize these dreams. Does that mean a content change for you as you go to YouTube? Are these things that you've wanted to do? Is there anything you can share? That seems interesting to me.
Stan's cat jumped on his desk. Yeah, the thing that concerns me from a business point of view is that he's now like paying full-time salary to his editors and has like a lot of people in the Mogul Moves like company as like employees, which is like more than any other streamer has ever done. He's got like a legitimate company surrounded around him with editors on it for like he's a TikTok editor, he's got 2 YouTube editors, he's got Slime working for him, he's now like got the Yard where he's paying like Aiden and potentially Nick in the future. So he's got this like growing business that's only getting bigger because he's got now the mail channel, he's got the clips channel, which I'm sure Shake does, but it's just like he's got the merch company who have employees. Like there's a lot of stuff. He's doing YouTube he's doing like big streamers how I would do it as I would go on. Like I would create this super team of super company for streaming and have like my own my own segments, editors, management, merch company, like kind of how the Sidemen did it or doing it nowadays. Like if I were to get to that kind of size and have that amount of money, I would be doing pretty much exactly what he's doing. Lud isn't a person anymore, it's a brand. Well, the brand is Mogul Moves, but Ludwig is the figurehead of the company. He is like the mascot of Mogul Moves. Also, relying on gifted subs is very volatile from month to month. Limiting it will help visualize a more stable income. Yeah, agreed. It'll give him a more reliable budget to analyze every month, so he knows exactly how much money he has to put into stuff, even though he's probably got way more money than he actually needs. But he's probably trying to make this whole Twitch thing and company a sustainable company, like on its own. Kind of like Arsenal Football Club, where they don't have some Oilers come in and give him a lot of money. The club makes its own money. Ludwig's trying to make his company make its own money so that he doesn't have to interject his own money into it in order for it to stay afloat. Which makes sense. You want your business to be profitable on its own without, like excess funding from himself. It's weird to think about because he's the owner of the company and it's, his company to put money into, but at a certain point we know Ludwig's lazy, so he's going to step back and let the Yard be its own thing, self-sustainable, the Mogul Moves merch company be its own thing, self-sustainable, and then he just has to focus on streaming, which I think is his goal. From what I know about Ludwig and what I would personally do in a situation like that.
For like my content, so not really YouTube specific what they're doing, but what I'm doing.
Yeah, like things that you wanted to do and that maybe you had shared and like just weren't as exciting to other groups. Obviously, limiting subscriptions, you can understand maybe why Twitch wasn't.
Right.
But I'm curious if
Twitch is money hungry.
you've gone from streaming in your
Amazon is like, no sir, all the money we can get.
room to doing a lot of game shows recently. Like, what happens as you hit this next area of the Ludwig stream?
So, couple things. The thing that I'm the most proud of and gives me the most warmth inside is like a cool project. So, like a mogul money, a kickball tournament, and so figuring out that.
Which is weird because Lud's like, he wanted to be like a night show host, and he's got the ambitions nowadays in content creation of like a film major, like a Ted Nivison type thing. Ted Nivison is a film major. He likes being on set and doing upscale projects. Lud is not a film major, and he is like going after all these like upscale projects, which I think is probably due in part to the fact that he doesn't have to do much, and he has people like Nick, who's and Aiden and Slime, who are extremely talented and come from Beyond the Summit, where they worked behind the scenes in a production crew, so they have a lot of experience. And they're able to make these high quality shorts and know how to write a script and put together a set and put together everything, pre-production, in order to give Lud this like these high quality shorts and game shows and stuff. He really does it right. They really do it right.
That new shit in like a Coinbase commercial or like the commercial that will.
I think it's why I like Lud's content so much, like the special stuff that he does, because it's always at a higher quality of production than a lot of other streamers would do it. And again, I think that's because he has people like Nick and stuff who are talented production people who know what they're doing, which I think is hype. Those are the type of people I want to make content with, like high quality production people, because I think that's hype. I think I took a class that was like making a student film, and that was like the most fun I had in college, was making that film, even though it was like miserably long days. Being on set and being a part of a high quality project, even though it was a student film and it was kind of dog shit, it was still really cool. His reveal video was super high quality. His reveal video, I watched it like 4 times. It's so good. And I didn't even realized till like the 4th time watching it that the purple car that blows up is supposed to represent Twitch, and then the red car is YouTube. It didn't even occur to me in my head that was what it was until like the 4th time I watched it, because I'm a fucking idiot. But you didn't get that? No, it actually did not occur to me till like the 4th time I watched it.
Air when I'm going full time on YouTube, like those take like a day or 2 to just film, and I can't stream while I do it. And being with YouTube will allow me to do those things without having to be stressed out about like, oh, dude, I'm not live to farm sweet dollar primes. It doesn't matter. And that doesn't mean like I'm just getting the bag and then not streaming. It's more like, let me give you an example if that's cool.
Yeah, of course.
2022, I will make the biggest Smash tournament of all time.
Oh, it's
it will
amazing.
be the biggest in both entrance and prize pool for Melee and Ultimate. This will probably cost $1 million straight up, just for like prize pool, venue, all that. When I originally was doing the deal, and I was kind of leaning towards Twitch, I was trying to think.
Wait. Speak that you were leaning towards Twitch at the beginning of the deal.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was. I was leaning towards Twitch for 99% of it.
Really?
Yeah. We can get it at the moment, but.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Finish the Smash Bros.
While I was leaning towards Twitch, I was like, okay, I'll do a subathon. I'll do a subathon, and that's how I'll get the money. And I'll do a different subathon, and I'll have ads. I'll run the ads. I'll make more money, and that's how I'll afford this tournament. And I was like genuinely thinking of giving up a month of my life so I had the resources to throw away $1 million and have it not be stupid. Because I can't. I mean, I can throw away money pretty liberally. Like I can throw away 16K on a Jackie Chan statue, but at this point I have like 10 employees, so I can't throw away $1 million.
That's what I was talking about.
Like risk not being able to pay a salary. It's like the worst case scenario ever. I was like, I was thinking like, this is psychopathic that I'm genuinely considering doing a subathon just so I can do a cool idea.
Right.
And being with YouTube, it's like I can just do that. That is totally chill, because I don't have to stress about being live and in like trying to make the money. They allow me to just kind of do those projects.
I think the Ludwig who is doing projects is like the best Ludwig, the most fun Ludwig. You talked about Mogul Money or Kickball.
I'm confused why. Wait, why? What, did I miss something? Why does going to YouTube give him the option to just throw away $1 million on a Smash tournament instead of Twitch? Like, what was the difference there? YouTube would help fund the projects? Yeah, that'd be hype. Plus the huge contract, yeah. YouTube is fine with throwing money at events they have in the past. All right, then that's good.
Or even doing the subathon
Am I like on like low quality here? What's going on here?
in the first place. I'm curious how the zany sidekick got to Ludwig. I had to say it. So you, even when I first started watching you, which is like what, 50 to 100 viewers, you were doing like these Nuzlockes and banning people, and you always described yourself as like an outsider
Old Lud.
looking in, even when you got to
This is when I
1,000
started
viewers
watching?
and 5,000 viewers. What was kind of your journey on Twitch? When did you break in? Because
All this footage is literally from Slime's latest video. It's literally all this footage is he just yoinked Slime's latest video of top 10 moments showing his balls to Ludwig on stream, and he just ripped it and then put it over his podcast.
I think that if you look now, you know everyone on Twitch, everyone
Except for
knows
this.
you,
Okay,
you're
this is
friendly,
different.
you're collabing on content, which is so different from how you started. How did that happen, that transformation?
I mean, for the first 5,000 viewers, it was just make good YouTube content and then drive the YouTube viewers to Twitch, which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just hard to get people to switch to websites. And that was the first like 5K to like 10K, like the 4-digit range. And then the 5-digit range was like, you know, the Pog Champs. The Pog Champs was blowing up. That blew me up. That was like LSF blew me up a bit. And then I was like 10K range. And then it was Lockdown Among Us. And then I was like, bang, 20K. And it felt like stuff just kept snowballing. And I got lucky. I got super lucky.
He did
Like,
get
I
pretty
made a video
lucky.
called YouTube.
I feel like everything kind of fell into place at the right times for Lud. Like, COVID hits, he's like a 10K Andy from chess, and then it's like, bam, fucking offline TV's like, yo, let's play Among Us. You're big on Twitch? You want to be in the inner circle? Just good timing.
His skill, and there's some like discrepancies in there, but
Mm-hmm.
the Twitch, I think I would have grown. I'm not gonna sell myself short, but I would not have grown at the pace I have if like COVID hadn't happened, or Among Us hadn't come out, or I hadn't been invited to PogChamps, or like Connor Eats Pants hadn't been my friend, because Connor's like the one who got me the connections for my first Twitch Jeopardy episode. So it was like these random things that happened, and everything just kept kind of growing.
Yeah, that's the thing. You make friends with enough good content creators that are small. One of them's bound to blow up, and then you get connections, and everybody eats, baby. Everybody eats. Everyone rises together. Pretty much what happened to like Lud, Connor, Carson, Schlatt in the Twitch Jeopardy thing, even though they're not like directly related. But YouTube spent a lot of money on their creators and like making actual studios. Okay, yeah, I have seen that. The sidemen always go to this like YouTube office in London and like set up a sets for them to do like certain videos like Tinder or you know, the fucking game show stuff. And it's literally so good for them because when they're looking for people to like actors basically to be people in their video, it's like, yeah, we're filming this at the literal YouTube headquarters in London, so it's like not sketchy or some shit like for a shoot. It's, you know, it's like YouTube's very good with that type of stuff. Carry me to the top. Okay, all right.
I think people just don't spend enough time thinking about what content they're gonna make, and they spend time just like making content. But the content, when you don't think about it, is usually dog shit. You know, it's like yeah, I spent 3 hours on stream today playing Super Auto Pets, but that was all gravy, and none of that will be used for YouTube, and none of that is like what I think of as content. That was like just stream fill hours. So like I, you know, like a bros versus pros, like a Wikipedia race, like these are like not all me, like they're collaborative ideas that I talked about with like you or Atriot.
But they're ideas at the end of the day
come
for
up with
YouTube.
them, and then like, all right, let's do this. Let's try to get a cooler stream.
The hard part about that being a smaller streamer is that like it's hard to like reach upwards and be like, yo, you want to participate in this when people are like bigger than you. I almost never do it, and I almost never think my ideas are good enough in order to do it. And maybe I should do that more. I feel like I would do that more if I could be like full-time streaming. Because I would just be going try hard even more so than I am right now. It's just awkward, man. But I think I do my solo ideas on videos, the ones that I execute well. I think they're pretty solid. I'm happy with my YouTube content.
In place.
Right. And then you've talked about YouTube being skill and maybe Twitch being luck. You're driving that YouTube audience to Twitch, and hopefully you can kind of get that cycle where as long as you are putting effort into some thought around content and not just mindlessly playing Super Auto Pets or Halo or Fortnite or what these other people are playing, you have a better chance of actually hitting that next level there. That everyone wants to buy a capture card and plug their Xbox in and play Warzone, but they don't really understand. They wouldn't watch their own content, I think, is like the interesting thing about it. And so why would anyone else?
Yeah.
Do you still
Oh shit. Let's continue this video. We got to continue.
when I first started talking to you, you were extremely driven about becoming the #1 streamer on Twitch or growing and hitting certain metrics number-wise. Is that still the case? Or are these new initiatives you're doing, so like Mogul Moves and Mogul Merch? I know that like some people who have helped you in the past, your roommates Slime and Nick and Aiden now like work for you and you're helping them grow other business lines.
Okay, so I don't believe that for a second. I literally think it's like a motivator. It's like, you know, when you're talking shit, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be #1 one day. That's my goal. But you're not actually like, he doesn't actually care about that anymore. He literally just wants to make his friends rich now that he's rich.
When you step back and look at like your goals for the next 1, 5, 10 years, do they look different than they did as a content creator?
Yeah, 100%. That's like the bread and butter. But I think I'm much less motivated by numbers. I think I hit it. I hit most sub streamer of all time. I hit most viewed during a single month, which was hard because XQZ was damn close on my ass.
Yeah.
And I lost it immediately, but I feel great that I hit it. Like I did it. I was there. You know, I went to like it's like I won my Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I don't need to be Tom Brady.
Yeah, you got your one. You don't need to repeat. Yeah.
I got my one, but it's more so creating cool things. Think like a Germa, rather than get more viewers. But I've also at this point diversified what makes me happy, and it is much less rooted in my personal success, live streaming, or even with my YouTube channel. Like those are obviously still factors, but now there's like additional factors like how my company does, or like how the yard does, or even this bidet I'm working on. You know.
See, I agree with that. I think at a certain point, you get enough money through streaming and YouTube where you just, like, money just doesn't become an issue anymore, and it becomes more of a, I want to make cool shit that people will enjoy and talk about for years after my career is either dead or I'm dead type thing. Like, it's like when a director is inducted into like a Hall of Fame or something, and it's like these are all the movies they made, and it's like, holy shit, he made so many amazing movies. Like that's how I want to feel as a content creator when my career comes to an end. I want to be like, look at all the fucking shit we did, look at all the money we gave to charity, look at all the pog content I made, look at all the people I made happy, look at all the awesome things my community has done because of me. Like I started this type thing, kind of like that proudness, some kind of archive. Like, yeah.
These are all additive things.
Hey, yo, Armo,
so it's not all
you good?
just numbers.
It scares me a little bit, and I don't know if it scares you. I'd love to hear you speak to it. But achieving a goal fucks me up. I always wanted to work in esports when I was younger, and then I did it. And you don't always get that same like sense of fulfillment. Did that hit you post subathon? Does it hit you now that you're like signing a big deal with a new company? Do those creative ideas and like those desires to want to create new things and help other people succeed drive you still, or did they right after subathon? That's what I'm curious about.
I felt incredibly fulfilled after the subathon. Like it was not like I hit the top. I think a lot of people hit the top, and I think it's very normal, and then be like, I worked for all of this, and now what? I'm still not full. But
Did you guys
I
cry at
felt
the end of the
fucking
subathon?
Full of shit. That was like one of the greatest days of my life.
Did you guys cry at the end of the subathon? Was any subathon viewers? Did you guys cry at the end of the subathon? Because I feel like I cried more at Lud's 2-year streaming anniversary. I
It's been a
fucking
while
I
since
watched
I've done
this,
one of these, but here it is. It's time.
and it made
for
me
a little-
cry.
Wow, dude, I can't believe it's been 2 years. It feels like it was just yesterday when we first played Mario Party together. Your streams and content have been with me through some good times and some bad ones. Coming home from a shitty day and watching your streams always gets a
He
laugh
starts
out of
choking
me.
up, dude. I can't.
You guys got me fucked up.
Sometimes
Very
I get
thoughtful.
sappy. Sometimes thinking about you guys and you guys supporting me. Imagine like 10K people at this
My
point.
tears isn't gonna stop the content. Like it's been 2 years and it's been fucking sick. And I promise you, I'll read all these. I can't do it on stream because then I'll be crying for 30 minutes. And I've never cried on stream.
Imagine doing this
So
to
I
like
guess we
imagine
did that.
10K people.
I think the
I
last
actually
thing's cool, though.
got choked
Somebody
up when
put
he
in
first did
my
this.
goals.
Yeah, I think that made me cry more than the subathon ending, but because I understand what, like, if someone I'd be fucked up. Like, I'm not an emotional person on the surface, but if someone gave me a book of like all you guys, like all my, if I had 10K viewers right now and I was fucking big time, and someone gave me a book of like Spool, fucking Baby Funks, fucking Worf, fucking Jason, Armo, Hero, like all my OG viewers from like day one, Marsh, and you guys were like, dude, you're awesome, man. I'd cry. Come on now. That'd fuck me up. I swear to God, I sometimes think about just the 25 people in my chat, or like just like I look at my Discord and you guys are fucking all being friends and hanging out and just like playing games together, and I'm like I get sappy sometimes. I'm like, I can't believe this. I can't, like, I've always wanted to be a content creator, and I never thought I would even get as far as I am right now. Even though we still have a long way to go, and I still get sappy. I'm like, I can't believe this community started because of me. Like, this is awesome.
So but I'm still very driven, and it's like the constant new goals for new projects. Not all of which I can share, but like the Smash tournament, I'm gonna make that happen. That's like a big goal of mine, and I'm saying it as if it's fact, but it's not easy. It will be hard. I don't think there's been a tournament that's come close since like Evo 2017. So like 4 years that record's been there for most entrants, and I'll try to beat it.
We were talking a little bit
screenshot
about
themselves?
you
Oh.
leaning Twitch all the way up to 99%.
That's
The
less
final
prestigious.
1%, you made the choice to go to YouTube. Why did you do that? What did you mean by the last yard going YouTube?
I'll tell you the story because I imagine this will be my Amazon was started in a garage story.
Okay.
I was incredibly stressed with this decision. Probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make ever for anything. Up until the final hour, there was like hard deadlines set, and I delayed them and I delayed them and I delayed them a week. And so I was sitting on this for like 10 days. When I think of Twitch, some people think of me, and when I think of myself, I thought of Twitch. It's like it was like a part of my identity. So it's not exactly an easy thing. So that I'm struggling with decisions, right? So what I do is I talk to like everyone. I talked to you. I talked to H-Rock. I talked to Mizkif. I talked to my mom. Like anyone I thought that could give me some sort of insight. And I was still as even as you can get the entire way through. And so I decided I'd flip a coin.
No shot.
And that was how I would choose whether I'd stay
He's such a
on
fucking
Twitch
idiot.
or go to YouTube.
You decided to flip a coin.
I flipped a coin.
On what I presume is a multi-million-dollar deal and the culmination of your streaming career as it is?
Yeah.
That's hype.
Now here's where it gets interesting. I flipped a coin.
Mhm.
It lands on heads, which was Twitch.
Okay. Best 2 out of 3?
And I immediately felt this wave of relief because I was very anxious about change.
That's what they say you should do, right? You flip a coin, and when it's in the air, your heart will know what you're supposed to be doing. So your heart was telling you, like, oh, this is fine. Like, okay, I'm staying on Twitch.
Good. I was right. This was great. But the thing is, I really liked the YouTube guys. I like the Twitch guys too, but I really like the YouTube guys. And so I wanted to hop on a call. This is like midnight because the deal was like until 11:59. So we hop on. They're like all bummed out. I'm telling them everything, and I'm telling them about the coin flip. I told them, and they're like, somewhat incredulous, but they're like, okay. And they sit there and they pause, and almost as if it was some strategic decision I had made. On the spot, they wanted me so bad, they just gave me a better deal.
Really?
And
What?
the main thing that changed was that I would have more free time to work on other stuff. And so I could work on making a Nether Mogul Money, a successor, the Smash Tournament, a new Christmas album, whatever, and it would be totally fine. I would not get in trouble for not, fulfilling my deliverable hours.
Okay, so in these deals, you have like hours, like a strict requirement of hours that you have to hit, like on streaming. Like, does XQC have to stream like at least 6 hours a day? Like, is that like his Twitch deal? Like, I want to know how these deals are structured. They're not like public information, right? Like, we can't like look at a deal and see what's good with it. Facebook had like the lowest requirement ever for Disguised Toast. Yeah, they just wanted his face to kick off the streaming site. Monthly quota for hours. I want to see like what these deals entail. Like, I want to don't capital D colon. I want to see what like goes in, like what these contracts are.
Of X per day, whatever. And like almost on the spot, I just took it because it's like everything I wanted. That basically it was like completely even, and then they were just like, bump it up.
At midnight, after you just told them that this decision they've been trying to educate you on and give you these good deals about, you flipped a coin. It didn't go their way. I guess lucky is the wrong word, but you being a bigger person and going to them and telling them to their face after all the hard work they've done why you made the decision you did, even if it was for a silly reason like flipping a coin, and it is a little bit silly, at least I think you recognize that, got you to the point where they made your life better. Right? They let you do those things. The whole reason that you wanted to take it in the first place, which was to do more cool and interesting things versus be tied down with the minutia of earning money, or like you said earlier, like trying to earn subs or things like that.
Yeah. And the cool part about it is not like only was the deal better, which was great, but also they made me feel like they actually cared about me, which I have never felt from a company I've worked for ever. Like, I worked
That's
at
fair.
Best Buy before. So,
These big, especially these big like massive corporate conglomerates. I mean, I guess YouTube gaming is a subsector of YouTube, so it's a little bit smaller and a little bit more personal than Twitch, which is an entire company based around streaming. Maybe. I have no idea. But that makes sense. What was I going to say? Like if you're in this situation, don't you have like all the leverage in the world? Like, can I just go to Twitch and be like, look, this is what YouTube's offering. What can you offer me? And then when they offer something higher, you just go back to YouTube and be like, hey, this Twitch has offered this. Like, you guys got to step it up. And then YouTube steps up their offer, and then you go back to Twitch and you're like, hey, this is what they're offering. They came back with this. What do you guys got? And then they step it up, and then you're like, YouTube, Twitch has got a better deal, until one of them's like, yeah, we can't go higher. And then you're like, all right, I'm going with YouTube. I deal with my mortgage rates until I reach the top deal. See, I'm like the least business-minded person ever. I don't know shit about like business and stuff like that. And the fact that I came to that conclusion, I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about that.
then I had the exact flip. I really like the guys I talked to at Twitch.
Oh,
So I did this
did you called Twitch after calling YouTube? Okay, go ahead. I love it.
did the same thing. I did the same spiel, exactly what I did for YouTube. I was told about the coin flip, all that. I walked him through everything.
Yeah.
And at the very end of it, they looked at me and they went, all right, well, you're going to do what's best for you and your family.
Wow, they didn't go the extra mile for Ludwig Ogren.
Yeah, and it's fine, right? Like, there's 18 loopholes they'd have to go through. It's a mega company. It's not like they can make a call on the spot. But it was like a bummer. It was like, they didn't fight for me, man.
You've become the most
That's
subscribed
big
streamer
Sag.
on Twitch. You've done a lot of unique and interesting content. You have theoretically, actually not theoretically, you have brought more money to the platform than has gone out by a long shot. And it didn't seem like they gave you, and like you said, they are nice people, but maybe they weren't empowered to make these decisions. But they weren't able to give you something that would have made it easy to say yes, even though you were leaning towards them. You felt Twitch as like a part of your identity.
Yeah, that kind of
You
sucks.
were a part of the Twitch culture. And it didn't work out, which is bad for Twitch. And I think good for YouTube. I'm really excited because they're, I guess I've been saying this for years. They're like 2 features away from being just way better.
That kind of sucks. Like I kind of like instead of being like on the base like from an outsider's perspective, you're like, oh, is Ludwig secured the bag, or like Ludwig's just fucking, leaving for the money or whatever. But this platform that he rose to fame on literally did not fight for him at the end of the day, and YouTube did. So as much as he probably wanted to stay on Twitch because Twitch is his home and, Twitch has all like the good shit right now, there's no shot he should have like said yes to Twitch if they're not going to fight for him. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of that's a huge bummer. I'd feel like insulted a little bit. I'd be like, damn, I actually am about to leave Twitch. This is wild. Like, I'd be a little like shook if I were him. Although like not much changes, but I guess a lot. No, I take it back. A lot does change. Doesn't Amazon not care about Twitch? We know this. Yeah, probably. Just weird. I don't know. Kind of sucks. What if YouTube just becomes gambited? Like, do we all leave and go to YouTube? Babyfunks, Jason, Retro, Armo. I voiced my opinion on switching. What'd you say? Would you come to a conclusion? Deleting my Twitch account? I just feel like as a small streamer, you're not gonna get the same viewership if you switch. Like as a big streamer, it's like, yeah, you might dip a little bit, but then eventually it'll just like repopulate itself. But as a small streamer, it's like it sucks. Like I moved to YouTube streaming. I probably average like 5 viewers, and it's like Jason and Babyfunks, and not even Babyfunks. It's like Jason and Spooble and Hero. I don't know. It's just a bummer. I kind of feel bad now because I feel like he didn't actually want to leave Twitch, but Twitch just wasn't offering him what he wanted. I'm going to Facebook to stream Big O Nights to make it big. Okay.
Look, I won't speak to it. I still love Twitch. I'm still, I still work with the people at Twitch. I still love a bunch of streamers who stream on Twitch, and I've no bad blood with them. But I am super excited to be on YouTube because I think it'll just only be hype. It'll be super fucking scary, but I think it'll be good. All I can say is
all that means is that he's not hype about it. He's kind of has a nervous excitement, and also like a worrying kind of excitement, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
Going to continue making cooler content. I think 2021 is my best year, and I think 2022 will blow it out the water. And that's all I can do. And as far as the platforms, I think Twitch is not going anywhere, and I don't think YouTube's going anywhere because they are fucking huge. They're the largest like content platform in the world. So neither's going anywhere. I'm gonna just make better content 2022, and I expect it will be interesting. It's not Mixer and Facebook, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I mean, this is YouTube making a real concerted effort to fight, not even fight, just to try and provide more opportunities to streamers. You'll see like the best of the best variety content on Twitch. People going live, doing interesting things, different games, different reacts, different metas. Whereas on YouTube, it's more of like, I'm staying in my vertical, which for Mr. Beast was the philanthropy, for other people is rock climbing and things like that. I'm curious to see how this evolves in a variety perspective on YouTube. If the people at YouTube are being honest, which I think they are, about providing opportunities to large content creators like you and Ray and Tim and the like, and maybe some in the future. Yeah, I mean, I'm open. If they're willing to write me a check, I'll say it right here on the show. I've been playing hardball with them before, but there won't need to be a coin flip.
The Stanz show exclusive on YouTube now?
Oh.
Look, I think it's on YouTube now, you know what I mean? Like they have a big talk, and I think they've done a lot. Like they are, it's not crazy to say, still far behind Twitch. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that their UI is dog shit for live. You got to like go to a left bar, scroll down, click it, and then when you're on their explore page, it makes no damn sense.
Yeah.
And so like there's problems, but they say they'll fix them, and I believe they will. And so now it's just on them to actually do it.
Hell yeah. Well, like you said, 2021 was great for Ludwig. 2022 will be better, and hopefully it will be better for YouTube as well. Good luck, brother. I can't wait to see you on the platform.
I think, from my perspective on the Ludwig switch, I think he didn't want to go, but YouTube offered him better stuff. And it's either amazing timing, which is in perfect Ludwig fashion because he's lucky. I think it's amazing timing, and YouTube will introduce features and fix their fucking UI and shit like that, and it's just great timing, and it'll just only help him. Or they will continue to have a shitty system on YouTube for live stuff. When the deal's over, Ludwig will come back to Twitch, like Ninja or like Shroud. So we'll see. Or he'll just like be like a Valkyrie and stay on YouTube because he has more flexibility and freedom, and they listen to him. But he'll continue to be stuck on the website where the live stuff is shitty. It's hard to say. I honestly think he'll probably stay on YouTube if they figure their shit out for live stuff. I wish him good luck. I hope I fill in his shoes on Twitch and I become the next Ludwig. And yeah. Yeah, but I wonder, like, if I never streamed on Twitch and I was always a YouTube streamer, if I would have the same amount of followers as I do now, or if I would have more Twitch subscribers or YouTube subscribers, I'd be doing better. But I feel like it's harder to find live streamers on YouTube. Like you're not gonna find a small streamer on YouTube. I feel like you're not gonna find a small YouTube streamer. No one's ever gonna find you if you're a small YouTube streamer, because when people go on YouTube, they're looking for videos. They're not looking for a live streamer, which is my take. So Twitch is just like Twitch, and uploading YouTube videos that are condensed and fast-paced content is, I think, the best way to grow. That, and then like also TikToks and social media. Like, you have to have everything cooking up at once at a fast pace in order to grow the fastest, which as a one-man show, that's not easy. I never find new YouTubers, even with videos. Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. I just don't subscribe. Like, I'll find like one-off videos of people's YouTube videos that I'll be like, that's a good video, and it'll rightly get a lot of views. But keeping those viewers, like having people actually sub, you have to have like a backlog of actual good content that I can be like, all right, this is hype, and then I'll subscribe. Or at least I used to when I was younger. I feel like I don't do that a lot now. But like, for instance, like Summoning Salt is just a guy that like has a sick backlog of videos, so I subscribed when I came into contact with one of his videos for the first time. Stuff like that. So there's potential to grasp anyone on YouTube, but YouTube streaming feels more like a way to hang out with loyal fans from your main channel. Yeah, exactly. Than a trying to break the mold content on Twitch, where people are always leeching and interacting with each other, because literally the website's only live streaming. Check Q's channel. I've seen it. I'll pull it up. She's essentially doing an RIP Ludwig stream, farming donos and bits and stuff. Okay, advertisement. Cutie always goes above and beyond. She's actually the GOAT of women streamers. She's so high effort and so funny. In fact, there's no way to discover small streamers on YouTube. Yeah, agreed. In loving memory of Ludwig Ogren, February 16th, 2019 to November 29th, 2021. Okay, well he's not 2 years old.
Honestly, we wish he was. Ooh, Microbee Hacker, thank you for the tier 3. I see you. I see you.
This is getting a little too real for me. Actually crying now.
Don't make it weird. You'll be fine.
The fake makeup tears, the widow like hat, and the black lace dress.
Yep, and scam them.
The fucking candles, the picture. Yeah, Cutie's fucking funny. This is a Baby Funk's high school fit. Goth girl Baby Funk's in high school. He can just, I mean, he's being completely transparent. He wanted to stay on Twitch. and they just didn't fight for him, and it's just a bummer. It's kind of sad. I kind of feel bad, even though he's gonna be completely fine. He's a fucking millionaire, whatever. He doesn't need any sympathy. You still kind of feel bad, cause like in that situation, I'd be bummed out too. It's a bummer, but just gives me more opportunity to be the next Ludwig Glitch. You know what I'm saying?